They just told me in my ear that Tom Izzo is on the show this week. Is that true? For sure? Sweet 16 bound Michigan State Spartan head coach, legend, Hall of Famer, Tom Izzo on the program. I'm on cloud nine. I met him last year. I'm still talking about it. We also this week will bring you Hall of Famer CC Sabathia, a little of everything. MLB opening day, allegedly Landon Donovan, my bestie. World Cup is here. The draw, it's here. The draw happened. We know the groups. There's still some qualifying matches, of course. Go Poland against Albania. Is that happening like this week also? I should go to Warsaw and do the show on Zoom from there. Of course, we'll still bring you your NFL stars, your draft prospects, all of that. Today we have Michael Pittman Jr., who is now a Steeler. I have to get used to that. Has he talked to Aaron? Is he catching passes from Aaron? Where's Aaron Rodgers? University of Cincinnati linebacker Jake Golday is on the program as well. He's getting set for his pro day, which I believe is tomorrow. Pro day to all pro in the NFL. We'll discuss. Feels like a Monday. It feels like a Monday for the ages. You think there's an off season, and then there's not, because there's so many fun events that are like loaded up and being packed in. The draft is here. That'll be a huge party in Pittsburgh. Next month, at the end of the month, owners' meetings are upon us. Those will be in Phoenix. Up and Adams will be in Phoenix, I believe, this Sunday. Really? Oh my God, Hamilton. I need to sleep. Is that really happening?
Yep.
We're working Sunday?
Yeah. We'll be talking to people on Sunday. So you can go from so the Poland-Albania game is Thursday. So you can go from Warsaw. I'm sure they have a direct to Phoenix from Warsaw.
You think I'm going to a non-private airport anytime soon with what I'm seeing online? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And horrifying. I just saw there was an accident on the East Coast. Awful. Everyone, please be careful. I don't even know the craziness of an airport. I'm not going to Warsaw. I'm not going anywhere right now. I'm going to be here hanging out with you until we go to Phoenix. And I don't even know, do you have a wish list for the owners' meetings? Like, who are you wanting to talk to? I haven't thought about this yet.
Definitely have a wish list. Kyle Shanahan, we haven't gotten to talk to him yet. He's definitely near the top of that wish list. How'd that go?
I didn't speak to him until we were on this panel, this press conference. And then I directed a question to him. It was the first time. Like, I met everyone, dapped everyone up. I got everybody's bios, and he's the one person I didn't before. And then I talked to him. He's great. I talked to him that night at one of the 90,000 parties that Fanatics was kind enough to throw throughout the week. And he was with our commissioner. And so that was nice and easy, and he was great. He was great. Salo was great. Everyone was. It was like the best energy ever with the Fanatics Flag Football Classic, and it was really jam packed. And the truth is, it was going to be in Saudi, and then the world flipped, and the adjustment. I have to say, Fanatics, OBB, who was all over it, to flip from that to what it was here all week long in Los Angeles. That can't be easy to pull off, and it was awesome to see, and I was happy to be a part of really what was the center of sports and culture, not even just with football players, everybody, with, Logan Paul and Speed being there, and Travis Scott DJing, and all of the, NFL players who weren't even participating, Caleb Williams was around and hanging at Michael's house and, at whatever. It was just awesome vibes all around, and it was so cool to have it just really be the center, and now it's the center of the news world. I know we have JSN, we'll get to the wide receivers, but a lot of news came out of it. Can Tom play again? The Olympic diaspora, the gap exposed of what it takes to be an elite flag football player. So I do have a couple takeaways from the experience with the inaugural, hopefully many to come, Fanatics Flag Football Classic, which I thought was super compelling. And fun. And just entertaining what it should be in March, giving us amazing things to talk about and things that really do matter, because what a massive statement from Team USA as we do start gearing up for 2028. There's been so much talk about who should be repping the U.S. in L.A. and what it's going to take. And should it just be all NFL players? Should Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, who said he'd be interested, should you be in it? would NFL players give us the best shot at gold, which is what, at the end of the day, we want. And it's a huge deal that these flag players didn't just win, they dominated a bunch of NFL superstars on Saturday. Superstars that weren't giving their best effort, which is nice to see in a flag game, okay? They won by a combined score of 106-44. You saw it everywhere. And you saw it on Fox with Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olsen, like giving it the royal treatment. If you're an NFL player thinking about the Olympics, it is time to reevaluate the commitment it's going to take to sort of adapt to this game. Because I do think that there was a little bit of a, there's flags in the Olympics. Like, how much time would I actually have to give? I'm an elite player. I'll learn the rules. I'll practice a little bit. No, like, everyone's on the same level. You're going to have to go through trials. You're going to have to dedicate yourself. And probably after what you saw on Saturday, it's a little more in depth of what you're going to have to do just to make the team. Because the flag guys mop the floor with y'all. This idea that flag guys, can never compete with NFL athlete, well, you got to reevaluate the stance. I would almost say like the commitment and also like are you going to make it? And a lot of people owe Team USA quarterback Koosh Doucette an apology this morning. He was brilliant. I've known him for 10 years. Velton Brown Jr. Those guys are on the Olympic team, but they have to qualify too. Like, they have to do that. And Saturday sort of like really exposed a gap. It exposed a gap in what the sport is, and I'd love to see NFL players mixed in. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, but I mean, you're not going to sideline guys who are at the top of the sport. I like that it's going to be a true meritocracy. I actually really liked what Luke Kuechly was saying after the game, Hamilton, and he was taking everything so seriously, and like we joked about like how many penalties are you going to get and all of that, but he's like, yeah, somebody like me can't play this game like on the Olympic level, or maybe even like if you're picking the best of the best, they gotta, he right away was just breakdown mode. He's like, we need the smallest, fastest. I mean, I was onto it last week. Like, can NFL players pull flags? Like, does it matter if like Gronk's out there? And obviously wasn't, but like a huge target, like Odell, great with that one-handed grab. We'll get to Odell. But like you need they can get skinny. There's moves. Like you can, how much practice did the NFL players, were they able to get in the techniques of pulling flags? All of that. Luke Kuechly really astutely said, like, no, this isn't really like for me and Harrison Smith. It needs to be for like the small, shifty nickel corner. And he's probably right about that.
Yeah, and the skill set definitely translates, and you can see it. It really favors change of direction and things like that. And so it was an interesting barometer to really see what types of NFL players are going to have success. I saw Team USA's head coach too also said he thinks that receivers will have the easiest time transitioning from the NFL to flag. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, it really is an adjustment for all these other positions.
I think that Team USA handled themselves with a lot of grace throughout the week. And I think the NFL players, you were seeing a lot of like Logan v. Gronk, but you were not seeing NFL players say that they were just going to dominate the U.S. flag team. They did not do that. There was mutual respect, and I thought that was really cool. And then there's this idea of like, well, NFL players want to go up against Team USA again. I think Tom's like watching tape this morning. I want to say that. Like there's this idea. And Luke Kuechly sort of like got me excited about that too, because I think they will make adjustments. I think what happened, like even though when you get dominated like that, you're not like, these NFL players aren't going to be like, okay, we're just picking it up and this isn't for me. I don't believe that. I think they're going to say, we're now going to adjust and we will be back next year with the Fanatics flag football class. They're out for revenge, I imagine, and they're going to make the adjustments, practice better, maybe practice more often. But it is an investment to beat somebody at the sport that they're elitely playing, that's the vibe. Vibes were great. So happy to be a part of it. The investment, for really what it was a week-long celebration of the explosion of flag football. And we'll see it in LA 28. We'll see it literally at BMO in downtown where this one was played. The women's flag football is what I'm mostly excited about, and the anticipation, the explosion of that. The NFL obviously teaming up to have a pro league. I think with like Tiger Woods' hedge fund venture, TGLE, whatever, holding whatever. I don't even know. Those money, vulture money people. They're doing that. I'm excited to see all of that and where that goes. And I was trying to have conversations about that. Because I think there's a lot of people who think it's like a moment with flag, in women's, it is a total movement. It is deep investment from the people at the top that should be taken seriously and really celebrated, and I think they did a great job of that. So we do some wide receiver news this morning. We have Michael Pittman on in a minute. We've got, he's with the Steelers, but how about this? All receivers celebrating. Jackson Smith-Njigba signing a 4-year, $168.6 million extension in Seattle. That's over $42 million per year, which makes him the highest paid receiver in the NFL, as he should be. Wish I had some champagne this morning, but I would probably die if I drank anything else in the past 5 days. Okay, here's the guys. Here's what I want to talk about. Here's the guys who have not signed yet. The wide receiver market as a whole right now, very interesting to me, very unfinished, wide open. And I think there's value at the receiver position. All pros, Tyreek, Debo, Diggs, D-Hop, Juwan Jennings, and yes, this includes my guy, Odell Beckham Jr., who very vulnerably told me, I want to come back. I don't think he's at the Fanatics Flag Football Classic game, potentially, if he's not trying to put on a bit of a show, to push things, get a little buzz for some of these front offices to find a home. I love Odell. I will always love him. I will always think that there's a spot for him, but this isn't some cute storyline, okay? And he did make the case at the Fanatics Flag Football Classic. If you missed it, here, do we have the one-handed grab? I'm sure we do. Let's take a look.
Looking forward to hopefully getting the opportunity to play this year, and this is kind of just a starting point.
So paint me that picture. What is a Jackson Dart? Let's just pick any quarterback. A Jackson Dart to Odell.
It's weird you said that. That sounds great. If that opportunity presents itself, I would love to do that, be excited about that. He's a good dude. He's he liked to dance. He liked that. I like all that. So he looked like they had fun. If I get that opportunity.
Body feels good.
Everything
feels great. This was the day before the game. He does feel good. His, aura's at 9,000 out of 10, as always. He has the most aura of anybody I've ever been around. I love him. And he shut out. Vintage, one-handed catch. Everybody loved him. He was so excited to be there. I think he's motivated. He can still clearly go up and get it. You can't tell me that, there's not room for him somewhere. He's a low-risk option, I think, for a team. And he can make a huge impact on a team. Let's not forget, and I think, people who might think this is a cute storyline, it's not. Last time he was truly given an opportunity was Ravens, 2023. Second leading receiver during Lamar's MVP campaign. I know things didn't work out in Miami the next year, but he wasn't really given a chance, was he? No, he wasn't. He showed it in Baltimore. And honestly, with that one-hander on Saturday, he has plenty to give. He's feeling healthy. And by the way, he knows the Harbaughs. A reunion with the Harbaughs and the Giants organization, that is the move. Imagine that one-handed grab at MetLife with Jackson. He'd be good for Jackson. Jackson's been vocal about wanting him. He's already been a mentor to Malik Neighbors. Brian Burns is posting that one-handed grab on his Instagram story, I don't even know if he used eyeball emojis, he did in my brain. It's not just some fuzzy, cutesy reunion story. He can help guys in that locker room, and I think he should end his career with the Giants. Yeah, and if it isn't the Giants, Commanders swoop on in. Adam Peters, on line one. They could use a receiver. Go there. Or does he go back to Louisiana and give the Saints support that they need, maybe opposite Olave? I wouldn't hate to see that, but he's going somewhere, and I can tell you that there's a lot of interest in him from teams. He's got that going on. We've got Michael Pittman on the line, so we're going to talk to him. I'm going to hit up some of these other receivers in the break. Please subscribe to the YouTube Up and Adams show. Like and subscribe like all the creators think. I want to talk about DeAndre Hopkins, everybody, because which contender wants him? He wants a ring. He told me he's open to playing strictly in the slot. I think if he had his pick, Joe Burrow would be high up there. They clearly had a little time together this week. Burrow wanted him on his team. I know that it sounds like an eye roll because Cincinnati doesn't need help there. It'd be fun to see him, of course, with Jamar and T on the outside. He mentioned to me that he wants a team with a good defense. That clearly is not the Bengals. It wasn't in the clip, but I told him that. But we talked about the Bengals for a while. I'll say that. I mean, a return to Houston he would love as well. He'd fit in, veteran guy, young receiver room. He'd be great for C.J. Stroud. I'll also put out, and I didn't talk to him about this, I put out, like, New England right now. Does that make sense? He was with Vrabel in Houston and Tennessee. I feel like he could track, you know, the balls beautifully with Drake. He feels patrioty to me. I wish I'd asked him about it. I know it sounds counterintuitive with Cincinnati, but wouldn't they be the best spot for him to sort of thrive? It's not an area of need, but the idea of him like in the slot drawing matchups with safeties and linebackers is fun to think about. Trio of 1,000-yard receivers like Anquan Bolden, Steve Preston did in Arizona was the last time that we saw that. I think Joe would be down. And I don't know what the Bengals are doing. And there might be some big changes, Hamilton, still coming in the league and happening. And I don't know what's going on with Jawan Jennings. I think he might go to the Titans. But the wide receiver discourse loomed large, even just at the bar this weekend with Fanatics. You know, like with the things that are going to happen that are still like this. We're not done. We're not done with like moves being made.
Yeah, I mean, it's rare to get to this point in the offseason with so many big names still available on the free agent market, not to mention the trade market and all the stuff swirling around there with A.J. Brown and others. There's going to be a lot going on. This is going to be an extended player movement period this offseason, I feel like.
If the Rams trade for, like if the Rams bring in A.J., are they moving somebody?
I don't know. You'd think as far as where the money's allocated, they would almost have to. Because they got to pay Puka, too, especially after this JSN deal. He's going to be in that ballpark of $40 million.
Here's the other layer of the conversation. Like Jerry Jones. JSN just got signed. You want to take care of this, buddy? I'm sure you don't. But I bet Cowboys fans are freaking out.
It was about a month and a half ago now. My wife had told me that she had a dream that I was wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey. And like, I kind of just like brushed it off. Like, I'm like, yeah, like, okay, like cool. Right. And then it's just kind of crazy, like how it happened. And then when I started to get the feeling that it was going to be here, like I was like, that's kind of crazy. So.
Michael Pittman Jr. now Steelers wide receiver. Does Kiana want to tell me who's winning the NCAA tournament, the World Cup? Like, what else can she tell us?
Right. I mean, like, she's got these like powers now. Like, we need the like Powerball numbers or something. So.
Yeah. Where are you? What are you doing?
So I am in between a little morning rehab and workout. So I'm currently in Costa Mesa up here at Modus. Getting ready to do my next workout here.
Okay, I love that. So what does it feel like to be called Steelers wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr.?
Yeah, so it's definitely different because like people keep asking me about like my city and everything, and just like naturally, like I'm like, oh yeah, Indy's cool, like Indy's this and that, and then like I have to be like, wait, no, Pittsburgh now. So it's definitely a change up, and I got the chance to go there last week and meet and like just like meet people. And like just like everything was so nice, and I had the chance to kind of just drive around, and I went to the Ross Park Mall, I think it's called, and I was able to meet some fans and stuff, and everybody was just so welcoming and nice, and like and like it was just great to like feel that love like my first day there. So I just know that the Pittsburgh fans are really like open, and they're excited, and they're really passionate fans, and like it was great that I got to experience that the second that I got off the plane. So excited about that.
In the presser, there was like this line that you were really making a push to be a Steeler. Like you seem very excited to be here, and I know obviously like it's a big move. It's your first move. You got 3 kids. You got a family of 5. You're going across. That's why you're probably at the mall, just like picking up stuff for the house. I get it. When you and your agent were sort of talking to Ballard, who we know and love, like why? I guess why Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it's like just the brand of football that I felt like that I fit in, and like whenever I played Pittsburgh when I was at when I was in Indy, like those games were so physical. They were so tough. They were so physically like demanding. And I always just wanted to be a part of a like really, really physical team like that, play that like bully ball style that they really like hang their like hat on. And that's not saying anything about Indy. Like, I think we play physical ball there too, but that's kind of what the Steelers are known for, like that really tough physical defense, that smash mouth football. And like, I just felt like when I talked to Coach Mike, like everything that he like was telling me about the things that I'll be able to do like in his offense, like I just felt great about it. And then obviously the whole quarterback thing is going on. And she's like, I don't know nothing.
Michael.
I haven't talked to Aaron.
What a way to put it. What a way to put it. Hold on. The whole quarterback thing going on. What do you mean you haven't talked to Aaron? What do you mean?
So I'm trying to give him space, you know, because Aaron's a guy, like he likes his space. Like he likes to get like refreshed. Like I didn't want to just get signed and then blow him up and be like, hey, Aaron, like what's the deal? But, you know, like just give him time, you know, him and his wife, like they got to handle some things and then like he will decide if he wants to come back or not. But the fact that he's still out doing like flag football stuff and all that. And like, I think that he wants to play like just knowing Aaron prior to this, I just think that he's going to try and play as long as he can. So,
and do you feel like from talking to Coach Mike, it's kind of like a similar thing like last year with a different Coach Mike? Like, do you feel like it's like, let's wait and see what he says. This could go till June. And we're sort of like, if he wants to come back, he's here, we're good?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to give him the most time that he needs. But at the end of the day, we also have two other quarterbacks on roster that I think are great guys too, and Will and Mason. So we have really good plans whether he doesn't come back or whether he does, and we can rock with the guys now. Obviously, hoping that he comes back.
I see you as somebody like the toughness is. That's like your calling card when I watch you. Like you're tough, you're reliable, across the middle. That's who you are and that's what you will bring. What did Coach McCarthy say about your game? Like what did he say about you as a receiver?
Yeah, he just talked about diversifying it more because obviously like in Indy, like my role in Indy was more that short, like intermediate game. And I always felt like every single game, like I was like, I can do more. And like I would leave games frustrated because I always felt like I had more to offer the team. And just kind of like going over that with him and then telling him like everything I can do, and him kind of seeing that and expanding like my role and like my route tree back to what it was maybe like in year 2 or 3. I'm really just like looking forward to that too, you know, and I don't want to give up the like secret sauce, but, you know, having the like ability to like move around a little bit. So
I love that for you. Did the game against Pittsburgh last year come up?
Wait, what?
Your game, did your game against Pittsburgh last season come up at all?
No, so I didn't talk about it, but that was obviously a
good game.
Yeah, and like I've like historically had decent games against them like when I'm not getting knocked out. And like that's one thing about playing Pittsburgh. Every time I play Pittsburgh, I take a huge shot. So I'm so glad that I'm on their team. So now I don't got to take those shots anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure TJ Watt and the rest of the defense happy to have you on their side. 115 against Pittsburgh last year, which is great, and you're going to help them moving around. I mean, they were 22nd in passing yards in 2025, so I'm sure we're happy about that. Who has reached out to you, if you haven't talked to Aaron?
Yeah, so there's been a bunch of guys. Cam Hayward's reached out, Ben Skoranek, DK, Will Howard, Mason, Pat, and there's been some other guys. I feel like I'm forgetting a couple of guys, but that's who's coming off of the top of my head like right now. So I'm sorry. Like if I forgot.
What do you make of DK? Like how will you two sort of complement each other if you think about it?
Yeah, so I think it's great because I know that he's a real like chippy guy too. So just just like knowing that he plays like with that edge, like that just gets me like fired up because like I love to get into stuff. And just with his style of play, like his like explosiveness and everything, and his kind of like he can pop the top off a defense, and it just will like lift coverage, like almost like the same way that like ALEC, ALEC did, you know, like just I feel like there's similarities between ALEC and DK. DK's run after catch is very impressive. So that's one thing that he does well. And just any way that I can help out the team, you know what I'm saying? Like whether they need those contested catches or the intermediate or even some long stuff. So whatever they ask me to do, like I don't really know specifics yet, but more things that I'm hoping for, I guess.
When ALEC got that deal, were you so excited for him?
Oh, I'm so proud of that kid because people don't remember. Like it was like 2 years ago, and Colts fans were calling for him to be traded, that he wasn't doing this, and that, and he was kind of down about it, you know, like just like we sit there and like we talk about it, and then like he'd be like, yeah, like without going like too much in detail, but like they're not messing with me, this and that, and then like just having those like talks with him about him staying focused and keep on working, and then like to see how he came up this year and on 44 or 43 catches had like 1,000 yards. I mean, he's probably the best best deep ball threat in all of football. I think he averaged 23 yards a catch, which is unheard of. I think the last person to do that was like Deshaun Jackson. So I think he earned every single penny of that, and I think he's going to do great things.
Is there like how would you describe maybe like their connection? Because they locked up DJ, which is great, and like even from the outside, like how does that evolve in 2026?
Oh, like just like with the Colts or
ALEC, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I mean that was Alec's main focus. Is ALEC wanted to be there if Daniel was there, because obviously like the Colts have had a lot of quarterback turnover, and he didn't want to be caught in that change up for like just like any longer. So his main thing was just focusing on that, and then once they got something done with him, then he's like, okay, like I'm cool with that number, even though other teams were offering him more.
You mentioned that you have a couple of quarterbacks there that I'm sure you're talking to, and like you guys will figure it out. And you're used to, you know, you've been through it with the who's my quarterback. Like that's not new to you, really. What kind of quarterback? At this point in your career, I'm thinking, I can't believe you're a Steeler, first of all. I think it's so weird. It's so weird. What kind of quarterback, do you want? Like, if you had to, you know, if Kiana is manifesting this. Because, like, there's a world where it's like, Aaron, of course, is who you want. You said that. We know that. We get it. But it's like, do you want, like, let's say Aaron doesn't come back, which could happen. Do you want, like, a Kirk Cousins who's available, like, that side of the world, like a tenured veteran kind of, or do you want like an Anthony Richardson who that's not impossible there either?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, like I would love like Aaron to come back, but honestly, whoever the Steelers pick is the perfect quarterback for me, and like what I'm looking for is just a quarterback that throws me the football. So like I'm pretty easy, just like when it comes to that.
If it was Anthony Richardson or like that, would you co-sign that? Would you be okay with that?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, so I actually saw Ant in the airport a week and a half ago, and like we were just kind of talking about like the possibilities and like what's going on, about how he's like healing up, and I think that he's like doing great. I think that he's healing up, and he's ready for his next opportunity, and wherever that's going to be. You
know, you play the Colts in Pittsburgh this year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's that going to be like? I mean, what are you? I'll say this, or I'll ask this: like, what will you miss the most? That was home.
Yeah, the thing that I'll miss the most is probably just the people like in that building, and just obviously working with them for so long. It's been 6 years. It's over half a decade, and just the same people every day for the past 6 years that I'm just no longer gonna be able to interact the same way. And then I was just watching a video just coming out of like Lucas Oil with that intro and just like realizing like that's something that I'll probably never be able to do again. And like it's just like that like feeling of like, hey, like that chapter's done. Like I'll never be able to go back and like relive that. Like it just hits you. But then all of that, you know, like you like use that as fuel like for like your next opportunity, which is coming up here in Pittsburgh. So excited to make the next 6 here in Pittsburgh just as special like as the last 6. So
are we looking for like farmland somewhere outside of Latrobe? Like what even happens to the 43-acre farm that you told me about in Indy?
Yes, so we have that farm, and actually it's in Zionsville, and we're going to be looking to sell that farm. Okay. So that's my plug right there. If anybody wants, you know, like just like looking to buy some prime land in Zionsville, go ahead and hit me up. But yeah, so we had already figured out that we think we want to live in Tennessee. So we were kind of transitioning for that before all this trade stuff even came about.
It's going to be interesting for you because like Mike Tomlin's too larger than life. So it'll be one of those things where it's like what from him sticks. It's kind of like when Sean Payton left New Orleans, like how much of him remains, the culture, like how do you, but McCarthy's like, he's that guy too. He can come and like inject his thing or erase what he doesn't want to. Will training camp be in Latrobe? I don't even know.
I think it still is going to be. They were telling me about the training camp dorms and about how things that they like and things that they don't like about it. So
well, because it's a very specific experience. Like you get to be home in India. You've done that year in, year out, and but Latrobe is like real. It's Remember the Titans. Like it's like very, yeah. But that was a very Tomlin thing. I don't know how McCarthy thinks about that.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really talked about specifics, but I think that's one of the things that is going to stick.
Yeah. I'm going to miss you. And as a Colt, I'm excited to cheer on. I don't want the Aaron thing to drag. I think you need to. Do you know him at all? Like, do you actually have any kind of relationship with him?
Yeah. So we had worked out together in Thousand Oaks because I think that's where he has a house in like Malibu. So he's always out there training, but I haven't seen him like during this off-season cycle yet. He just had his 7-on-7 thing that I wasn't able to go to, but I was trying to.
Oh, but he invited. Okay, good. So you were invited. I like that. Did he? Have you ever like caught a pass from him?
No, I have not. So I've never thrown with Aaron, but he's been a guy that doesn't throw that much in off-season just because when you've had that much like that much like experience, like he doesn't need to be doing all these quarterback like guru drills. He kind of knows like what he needs to be ready for football season.
If he asked you to go on an ayahuasca trip with him, would you go?
An ayahuasca? I don't know much about ayahuasca, but I think I would almost have to, because he's just the quarterback. So I probably would have to. I'm not sure I would partake in everything, but I'd definitely be open to learning about it.
Are you going to go to the Derby with him this year? That will be the telltale sign of
the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was a big Kentucky Derby guy.
Big Derby guy. I just need that team chemistry to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to go to the Derby. I've never been, and I've been wanting to go for the past like 5 years. So I would definitely be down to wear those hats and the funny suits.
If you go, we'll know that he's coming back before, and it needs to happen soon. Like Aaron, don't drag this out until June for me, babe. Like last year, I don't want to do it. I need your chemistry to be on point, and it is. And maybe you guys don't need it, and you'll still be doing your thing in the red zone where you had 5 of your 7 career high touchdowns last year, and where I expect you to be operating for those Pittsburgh Steelers this season. Enjoy the move. Enjoy the beautiful, passionate, iconic embrace of Steelers fans. I love this for you. I'm so happy for you and your family. And now I got to cheer you on. I got to cheer you on as a Steeler.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Michael. Talk to you a little bit down the line, I'm sure. They lock up Daniel Jones, of course, Alec Pierce for the Colts. Where will we find NFL draft prospect Jay Golday? We'll talk to him, throw some stuff around after this.
Cincinnati Bearcats are winning right now. ALEC Pierce, now Golday.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
I don't know if Aaron's coming back. Aaron and McCarthy's too much for me to swallow, I think. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see DeAndre give a shout-out to Bill O'Brien?
Yeah, that was really something.
You should have seen my face.
I saw a bunch of people.
Like, oh.
Yeah.
Did people pick up on that or no? Didn't we all think that they were, like, not friendly?
Yeah. It did not end super well in Houston.
He traded him for a small haul.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really mean anything, right? That's a good thing for him. Or no, what is DeAndre
It just didn't
care?
seem, I remember, like, the stories at the time, it didn't seem like it was great. Because Bill had kind of taken over all the front office, too. Yeah, he was, yeah. He made sure to make that a point.
I love to see it. I've got other little nuggets. I got, they're all in my phone. I'm just, like, too lazy or whatever you want to call it. I had a long talk with Coach Payton. I'm scared to put that all out raw, but, like, I might.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a lot about Alvin.
Did you talk about Davis Webb at all?
We did not. I didn't ask him about that. I don't really believe that's true.
Yeah.
I don't believe that's true.
Yeah.
Tom, we're at the press conference and someone asked a question about, like, would you rather have a gold medal or an Olympic gold medal or a Super Bowl? And Burrow answered the question, which was interesting because, like, he doesn't have a ring, but you have Jalen on stage who has one. So I would, like, just interesting, like, thought process. And then I thought, like, who has a ring while Joe was talking, and I was like, Tom, would you give up a ring for a medal? He wouldn't answer it. It was like asking, like, the hardest question ever. Because you have so many that
Yeah.
But he said, the way he answered it was saying that he would rather coach. And he goes, I'd rather coach with Coach Payton, like coach the team with him. And so now I'm like, who would be the Olympic? Would it be, who's Cascudo? Like, is he like, excuse me?
Yeah.
I should be, it's going to be one of those then. Who's the coach?
Yeah.
Or is
I feel like you need somebody with that flag experience.
Drew Brees, Larry? Who's the head? It's interesting.
Yeah.
He is big and fast. The way he plays, he's going to be a really good player.
Right in the middle of your action. Throw a green dot on him, too.
Jay Golday, get in here. You crushed your combine was so stupid. Everything was crazy.
It.
First team, all Big 12. Cincinnati apparently doing well in the tourney. I don't know about that, but you're an amazing linebacker, and you've just crushed the process so far. 39.5-inch vert. And, like, if anybody out there wants to know why the vert matters, let's go back to Arlington High School. Go Tigers, by the way, my friend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Jake, talk to me. What am I seeing here?
Yeah, this is just a field goal block unit, and our coach had a little game plan in because we know these guys kicked the ball a little low, and it was for me to jump up there and go get it.
This was an NBA Jam style rejection. I don't know that you get that reference, but that is exactly what this is. Which basketball player in your family do you have to thank for this block?
Oh man, that's tough. That's a tough one. I would say, I guess I gotta give it. Let's give it to my brother. I was working hard with my brother. We were both very athletic. Both had good verticals.
Okay.
So I'll give it to my brother. It's
your brother, your dad, and your mom who all played basketball in college, which is amazing. And you have some skills also. Let's see these dunks. Talk me through these now,
wow,
Jake.
okay.
Jake Golday, we got you, babe.
That's awesome.
Tell me, what do I need to know about this?
Well, what's funny about this is I got teed up, actually, for hanging on the rim too long. But I really was just waiting for the guy to get out of the way from underneath me. But yeah, this was just, we pressed the entire game. This was my junior year. And, yeah, we got the steal off the inbound, basically, and gave me a perfect opportunity to get a dunk.
You chose football, and you chose defense. Why?
Yeah, I think that just came from like a little kid. I was always like a pretty aggressive physical little kid. Like, I always wanted to play defense. I always wanted to do the hitting per se than actually taking the hit. So defense was always my strong suit too. And you could just tell from a little kid that football was a sport that I needed to play.
I can tell you're in the gym or something. You're about to get your pro days tomorrow, right?
That's correct. Yeah, I just got a little workout in just to get a little sweat before the big day tomorrow.
Okay, so what is today like? Where are you? Shout out where you are. Shout out who's getting you ready. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm at the facility here in Cincinnati, and I just got a little training session with Coach G, one of our strength coaches.
I love that. I've had prospects come in here and say that they cannot wait to tackle Derrick Henry. I've had like wild things, and they weren't 6'4", 240 pounds like you are, my friend. Is there a running back that you want to go 1v1 against?
Derrick Henry's a good one just because he's the biggest, and we match up really, really well. I feel like we're pretty similar in size, so you can't really beat Derrick Henry. So
Derrick Henry is getting all the smoke from all the incoming class. I can't wait to see it. I want to talk about your journey a little bit for new NFL fans who are just meeting you right now and through this process. You were a 0-star recruit, if that's a thing. Like, you had got no love. Second string defensive end at Central Arkansas. You go from that to being the best linebacker in the Big 12. If I were to ask you, if I'm a kid, also with 0 stars, 0 love, how'd you do it? How'd you do it, Jake? What would you say? I
would just say trust yourself, believe in yourself, keep working every single day, and you don't have to accomplish it all in one day. Like, I started off at Central Arkansas, not like the biggest school that everybody wants to go to, but I worked hard every single day to get to the point where I am. So just attack every single day, take it one day at a time, and eventually dream big, and you'll get there.
You do it all at linebacker. Pass rush, of course. You're great in coverage. You're a tackling machine. I've seen it all. Top 3 in the Big 12 last season. What's the part of your game that you want the scouts and GMs to pay attention to tomorrow, but also just maybe something that's flying under the radar that you're really proud of, that you've worked on?
Yeah, I would say the big thing is my versatility. Like you just mentioned, being able to do a little bit of everything. So being able to rush the passer, be able to drop into coverage, and then also chase the ball down sideline to sideline. I feel like one thing that I do extremely well is my effort and my closing speed. So being able to close to the running back or to a receiver or whatever it might be in quick, manly fashion and get the guy on the ground. I mean, I had a really good tackle percentage, and those are the things that I would say I do at a very high level. My producer was telling me that you don't have like a ton of experience at off-ball linebacker. I feel like your ceiling is very high there. How do you feel about that? I feel like you have a very high ceiling at that position. Yeah, for sure. And I think that's something that I feel like teams could look at and see as a positive, or they could see that this guy lacks experience. But I could just tell you, I played linebacker in high school. I played linebacker at Central Arkansas for 1 year, and then I played off the ball 2 years here. So I've had that experience, and I've developed a ton within every single year. If you look back from 2024 me to 2025 me, and the amount of growth that I had between those years, that I'm destined for even greater success, getting more comfortable in that position. I am not very objective. I should be in my job, but I'm not. I'm a big Bengals fan. I really love the Bengals. I clocked this. You were asked about said Bengals at the Combine. Your face lit up, and you're doing it now. What is that? I don't know. It's just, I really haven't had too many conversations with the Bengals, to be honest with you. But I would be a blessing to go play everywhere. But I kind of made a name for myself here in Cincinnati. So it would definitely be a cool opportunity to stay here in Cincinnati. I love it here. I love the people in Cincinnati. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's going to be a blessing to go play anywhere. And I'm excited for any opportunity. I don't know. Bengals were dead last. I'll have the world know. Dead last in yards allowed to tight ends. You dropped into coverage over 40% of the time in college, and you have the size, you have the speed to cover tight ends. That's what I would like to see, a little lift for this defense in Cincinnati. But you grew up a Packers fan. Yep. Right? Tell me a little bit about that. Did you like, A.J. Hawk jerseys, Clay Matthews, Pop Warner? What do you got? Yeah, Clay Matthews, for sure. That was my guy. Big fan of Clay Matthews, and then obviously A.J. Hawk, too. Yeah. But I like that offensive side of the ball. I love Aaron Rodgers. Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Eddie Lacy. I mean, all those guys. Eddie Lacy, yeah, got throw him in there. He was a dog. So, yeah, that was a fun time and a bunch of great players and a great team, and it was fun to watch. And so I fell in love with that team at a really young age, and then I just kind of stuck with them.
So then you get to the combine, and you have, like, I want to hear, like, everything about meeting Coach McCarthy, like, because that was that era.
Yeah.
So, like, as a human being, that would be so freaking crazy. I can't even, like, what did you tell your friends about that? What did you, like, let's just take it from the beginning. Like, was it like a meeting in, like, a room?
Yeah, it's crazy. So it was my first one of the day, so I didn't really know what to expect. And I knew it was Mike McCarthy, and so he was standing outside the door, and I was like, well, I need a little icebreaker to get a little, like, more comfortable in the situation. And I just told him that I was a huge fan of him and that I grew up loving the Packers, and he had a lot of great success and a lot of great teams there. So I kind of started out like that, and then we went into the interview, and I'm sitting in front of the entire organization, and they're just asking me questions. I'm talking about myself. So it went really, really well, and yeah, I'm excited to see what comes from that.
What a cool moment. What was his reaction when did you bring up Eddie Lacy to him? I hope you did.
No, I don't think I brought up individual players. I just told him that I was a big fan of the team.
What did he say?
He was like, oh, I love that. And then he was like, come on in. And then he got me in there early. We were like, it was like a 20-minute interview, but I got there early. So he's like, let's get this thing started. So I got a little extra time with him, which was pretty cool.
I think it says a lot of, you said your effort is like your superpower. Like that's something you're proud of. Like the effort to think like, let me have an icebreaker, to calm myself down, to whatever. Like somebody, like if you're a kid, like that's the full circle moment of that is amazing. And let's say hypothetically you get drafted by Pittsburgh and you walk into the locker room for OTAs and there he freaking is.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Aaron Rodgers. What is the icebreaker? Think of one on the spot right here. What's the icebreaker for Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers? I think I'd have to do something similar. I would just tell him about how I think he's the GOAT quarterback. So, and then he's my quarterback now, so that'd be an awesome opportunity. Yeah, he's definitely my GOAT quarterback. I think he can throw the ball better than anybody has ever been able to.
You always give it everything you've got, which is something that's, I mean, the reason you have the journey and the story you have. Is there a hobby that you give 100% effort to? What is it?
Hobby that I give 100% effort to?
Yeah.
Right now, it's been golf recently. I've had a little bit of extra time, and I've been trying to pick it up. I got some new clubs and everything, so I'm still not great at it right now. I like joke around and say like I'm like LeBron right now, like how you've seen the videos of him.
Oh, I have.
But I'm working on it, and I've
golf sounds
I've been working.
Like something people do to like punish themselves. It sounds a little like self-loathing-y to me because it's,
why do you say that?
Because I feel like everyone just is always complaining about. Or it's very hard to find an NFL player where I'm like, oh, how's your golf game? They all hate it. They all think they're bad at it. And it just feels like something that like disappoints you. I know it's a challenge. Yeah. I get it.
It's funny because like every now and then you get that one hit and you're like, oh, I gotta keep coming back.
Yeah. You know do you watch golf? Do you track it like that? Do you? Not really.
Kinda. I mean, I cheer for Bryson DeChambeau. That's my guy.
He had a huge win. This weekend. I saw that made it on my timeline. That's a huge deal down in South Africa.
Yeah,
I believe. Why do you like him so much? Just as an athlete to an athlete.
I think just kind of his like unorthodox style, like how he hits the ball. I don't know. I'm not too big into golf, so I can't really give you too much. Yeah. But that's just the guy I kind of picked, and that I've kind of followed along with. You and Aaron Rodgers golfing sounds great to me. I like that. Let's do it. Yeah. Tahoe, all that. There's a guy that would talk about golf with you, which I would love. Okay, pro day tomorrow. You're very calm. I love that about you. Who's coming? Who got invites? Who's coming? So my agent is coming. My mom is coming. My dad is coming, and my fiance and my stepmother. Okay, love that. How about teams? Which teams are coming to your pro day? That's what you. We get all 32 here is what I'm hoping. Really? Is that true? Yeah. I didn't know that. That's amazing. They'll all be in Cincinnati? That's what I've kind of heard, is that there's going to be a lot of teams here, so I'm excited for that. Who's coming from the Bengals? I need, like, Tobin. Oh, I couldn't tell you that. Yeah, they need to take... I don't like this idea that they haven't had a lot of conversations with you. That sounds sounds pretty stupid. I have a visit set up. So they're getting me in the building.
They better, or he'll go to Pittsburgh and be against you. And then we'll point back to this interview where he's telling you that he likes the Bengals and you're going to go to Pittsburgh and do your thing against them. And then crush Joe. And no one needs to see that. Have you ever met Joe?
I've not, no.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, well, I want to wish you best of luck at the pro day. Glad you got your workout in. You have the right attitude. You have a great story. You're so easy to root for, which is what I appreciate very much. So Jake Golday, amateur golfer, potentially all-pro Destructicon at the NFL level. Great to meet you and good luck.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Thanks for picking football over basketball so I know a little something about you. We'll be back after this on the Up and Adam Show. What a sweetheart.
Yeah, watching the way he plays.
Who's coming to your pro day? My fiance.
I'm telling you, he's gonna be a super fun one to watch at the next level because he can do so many different things. I'm really interested to see how he's used.
What's his comp? Well, it depends on where, yeah.
So size-wise, think a Tremaine Edmonds.
How did I know that about Bryson DeChambeau?
Big linebacker.
Is it DeChambeau or DeChambeau?
The wrong person to ask here.
Anybody know? Where's the emphasis in his name? DeChambeau. It's a great name. He's a great name. Yeah. Is he young? He's
32.
Oh, he's young.
Yeah.
Or how is he older than Scheffler? Is Scheffler younger than him? He's older than Scheffler.
Yeah.
That's actually insane. I would think Scheffler's older than them all. No, he just carries himself older.
Yeah, he absolutely does. To see that he's 29 years old.
He's like Peyton Manning's. He's Peyton Manning to me.
Yeah. That's a good comp.
I found out a couple of people who have Masters memberships. It'll blow your mind this weekend. I found out some fun things.
You're not gonna air them all out publicly.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I feel like that's the style lately.
Jafar Murphy. Is Izzo live on the show tomorrow? Holy shit. Oh, God.
So you're not going to sleep then?
I know. I'm going to call Adam.
Yeah.
Let's text Adam. My phone's dead. Phone's dead. There's no charger. It's a fucking wreck.
Yeah.
Are there any takes on the JSN thing? It's just like, the take is probably, honestly, George Pickens. Back on the Up and Adam Show on a Monday, a countdown to the draft today. Let's tell you one thing about a kicker. UT San Antonio kicker Jafar Murphy. That's who I want to talk about. So this kid, here's why you need to know him. He never kicked a single time in college, but he might end up coming off the board in this draft higher than you might think. Jafar was a soccer player at Drake, okay, and Florida Gulf Coast before he ultimately transferred to the Roadrunners to be their kickoff specialist, which is kind of cool. So at his pro day, which was, I believe, last week, that's what we want you guys to know. So here's what he did. He ran a 4.5 He hit, staggering, 12 of his 13 field goals. Dost thou understand? Including a 70-yard boot. Let's just lay out for this and enjoy here. But 12 of 13 is crazy. Like, how could this even go? By the way, he looks like he could have made it from 80. That was wild. So there's this new kickoff, right? Everybody's trying to find the advantage. Who's the next Brandon Aubrey? Where can we? by the way, who also never hit a field goal before making it to the pro level. A prospect like Jaffer Murphy is very intriguing, maybe more than ever. And he's going to get a shot somewhere after the workout. He will be drafted. And Ham, you're a big fan. He probably could have made it from the 80 there. 12 of 13, though, that's the stat.
Yeah. And that thing had some real distance on it. It's just wild to think, he never got the chance to kick field goals in college. But that type of a leg, it's more of a weapon than ever with that new kickoff rule, especially.
Jaffer Murphy. We've got Tom Izzo on the show live tomorrow. We'll tell you guys about that. We've got, I forget who, CeCe Sabathia will be on. Baseball is officially starting this week.
Yeah.
Great. Love that. Don't know much about it. Yep. Great. Back to the JSN of it all. Is it crazy that the first thing I think of is George Pickens? Because am I getting eye rolled on that, or is that real? Like, get it done.
No,
right?
It's absolutely going to affect the market there. It's going to affect the market for all these guys. Puka too. Those two are the next in line. I think Puka and Pickens. So that market just got ratcheted up.
Who did he overcome as the highest paid guy?
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase was. Okay, and now it's that. Okay, got it. I still want DeAndre to go to the Bengals. I know it sounds crazy, but then maybe they could draft this guy, this Jake Golday guy. That might be helpful, which I would love. Lost in the sauce of the weekend in March Madness and the flag of it all. We came online in Arkansas. Hello. Hey, FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, live in Arkansas. Fayetteville, love that. Little Rock, who knows? Anywhere in between, you can bet on your fave teams, players, sports with the FanDuel Sportsbook app. And when you sign up today, new customers in Arkansas get started with $300 in bonus bets guaranteed. All you got to do is place a $5 bet on your first bet. You get this, so head to FanDuel Sportsbook now. Let me think about all the things I can think of, Hamilton, with Arkansas. Ready? Obviously, Little Rock. I think of the Clintons. I think of Fayetteville, Darren McFadden. I think of, is that right? Yeah. I think of all the bachelorette parties. Very short jean skirts, driving from Columbia, Missouri to Fayetteville. I've been there several times. I love that. They have a hotel in Little Rock, I think, that has the little ducks. The ducks that come out. The little ducks come out and go in the fountain every day. Peabody? What is it called? I'll Google it. Bye.